Hi everyone, today I'll be doing a tutorial on how to make a Christmas decoration from a styrofoam ball. I'm making this for TIna Galeana's challenge, 160 plus subbie challenge, and I thought I'll film it as a tutorial as I go along, as I've been wanting to do one for a while but didn't really know what to do. So I've seen this on the internet, just wanted to let you know it's nothing that I thought of on my own. So yeah, I've got this size styrofoam ball, and the way they said it online was you look for, there's a join here on these styrofoam balls, and where you find the join you get a marker and you run the marker through like that. Doesn't matter, you're obviously not going to see this because it's going to be covered. So there's your guideline. Now depending on how many sections you want, then you get your lacquer band and you put it in the center like that. So that's one section, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to have the 4 sections, but if you want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you want to have another section in the middle and so on, then you put the lacquer band there and trace around them. So now with that in place, you trace around like that. There we go. So if you wanted to do another section, what you would do is then put the lacquer band through there and through there. But I think 4 is enough. So okay, and so the next step would be to get a blade and cut along like that. I'm just cutting as deep as the blade will go in. So, all the way around. And then the other one. And for a challenge, she said she likes the traditional green and red. You were to make a Christmas decoration or a tag, and I thought I'd go for a Christmas decoration because I remember doing the same technique with this for Sister Talk's Christmas ornament, and I really enjoyed that. So, and with Christmas coming, I've got that. Okay, so now all the sections are done. The next thing I'll show you how to do is to get the measurements. So what you will measure is from the top of this section down to the bottom where it ends. So that's about 13.5 centimeters, and then you give it about an extra centimeter on each side. So that would be, I'm thinking maybe give it an extra 1.5 centimeters. So from 13.5 it'll be 15. So 15 centimeters down, and also you go across. So from this section to this section is 7 centimeters. So that would be 8.5 centimeters. Then what you do is you grab a piece of paper. I think foam's better because you can use it as a template. It's more sturdy. So grab your piece of foam and you get your ruler and draw down 17.5, and then across, find your middle. So half of 17.5 is 5, 6, 7, so about 8. So there's your center. So there, it doesn't have, it helps if it's perfect, I suppose. And then across we said, what did we say? We said, sorry, it was 7 across, so it would be 8.5. So there we go. So that would be the section that you'd need, and then what you do is you go around and join it. See where that comes out? So it looks like a leaf. And then there's your template, and you can cut that out. And if I put that there, you could see that. So yeah, so that's how you go about getting your measurements. And then your next step is you can get your piece of material, and I used this, which is cut up from old pieces of clothing. It's really lovely green shimmer. So what I did, a lot of people pin it down and then cut around, but I find it easier to trace around. I just traced around with a grey lead. If you want to use a fabric marker, you can use the opposite side and go around and trace it and then cut it out. It doesn't matter if you get a bit on the fabric because you're going to be pushing that into here, so that's what that extra centimeters for, 1.5 centimeters is for. So it doesn't matter if you mark the fabric. So, and then I had trouble finding a red, so I got an old top, and there's my red for that. So these are, I'm going to need 4 sections, so I'm going to do red, green, red, green. So we'll start with the green, and the next step is find anything to push it in with, like a butter knife or any household tool, a boner. Is that what they're called, the boning things? So next step would be to line it up. And the best way to do that is make sure it's even from there and there. Make sure they've got like the same amount of room there, and then the same on the sides. Look on the sides, and yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now we can start pushing it in. I think I might need something a bit thinner. What can I use? Pretty sure I did it with this last time. But yeah, I need something thinner. I'm thinking is maybe even a pair of scissors. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, pair of scissors and do the job. And go on the other side, push that in. And as you get to the top, you don't want it to be wrinkly, so you kind of push that down, fold it in, push it down, like push it down across, like, oops, push it down, spread it out, and push down. Same with this side. Get bigger scissors, push down. There we go. There. Too thick. Maybe I should have got that butter knife. The tutorial I saw, she mentioned to do a butter knife. So push that last little bit in there like that. So you just want to concentrate on getting it nice and smooth here, and then you can concentrate on pushing these in. So I'll just zoom in a little bit. Pop it down. There we go. Geez, this is a bit tricky with these scissors, isn't it? Okay. Alright. And see that little bump there? You can just smooth that out, pop it in. Another little crease there, smooth it out, pop it in. So that looks pretty smooth to me. Now the next step would be just to push in those little bits. Jeez, don't it? Could even do, oh yeah, the Stanley knife, there you go. That's perfect. Just be careful not to cut the ball with it. Okay. Yes, I'm excited to be doing this. I haven't done a tutorial in a long time. I don't seem to have any mojo to do anything unless it's a challenge. And I believe her challenge ends this Saturday. And she'll be doing the drawing the next day pretty much, because she wants to send the winnings out in time for Christmas, because there are a few Christmas decorations in there. And she's giving away some lovely they're not Copex, it's another brand, but they're like Copex, and like a full-on collection of them. I forget what they're called. Something Null, Spectrum Nulls or whatever. So the next section would be the red. I'm just trying to figure out which side looks better. Oh, it's the same pretty much. So I think she said she likes, you can do silver or white, she likes those colours. Or what else did she say? Or the traditional red and green. Yeah, it's just easier to do it with this, I think. And okay, I'm finding out as I go. You can, if there's any bumps, just stretch it out. And then you can push down like that. There we go. So for now, I think the best way to do is just go around the edges, and then once you have your edges down, then you can push in the sides. And sometimes you might find that you didn't go in deep enough with the knife, so you might have to go over it a little bit again. I'll try not to use the cutting side when pushing it in. Use the other side. But yeah. Anyway, well, this works perfectly. Much better than those scissors. Okay, so that's your next section, and now we're just going to push in the other ones. I've got no real idea in mind except for what you see now, so there might be a part 1 and 2, but as it goes on, excuse me for my, I suppose, indecisiveness, because I don't have any real plan except for one little decoration that I've been working on to add to this, which I'll show you after this. It's coming along lovely. I recall she said she likes bling, but who doesn't? So I'll definitely be adding some bling trim along the seams of this. So it doesn't matter if it's not all that perfect if you're going to be using some bling trim. And what you could even do is even, see that? If you think it might have trouble fitting in, you can help it along by cutting, but not too much, because you need to push some in so you can hold it in. But yeah, like I could see that if I was to push that in, it'll probably have a hard time sitting in there, because you've got two fabrics against the same crease or marking. There you go. Yeah, so just try to push that in as much as you can. There we go. And that one. I'm sorry, I wish I had those programs where you can fast forward, but you know, maybe you want to see each part, you know, that way it can help you out more. So like I said, it doesn't look perfect. If you were to leave that, you'd probably take a bit more care with it to get it looking a bit better, but oops. Okay, I can't see where I am, sorry, this camera. Okay, that must be the green and the red. Okay, so it's not all that perfect, but it doesn't matter because that's going to be hidden with bling trim. Because we all know with the Christmas decorations, you put something along there anyway. So the next one would be green. We'll go ahead with the green. Doesn't have to be perfectly lined up, as long as it's not too much on one side. Right. So pop that in as a guide, pop that in, and then you can pop each side in like that, and see, like that's too small, so pop it out again. Okay, and then try again. So put that in, put that in, put that in, that. That's better. See how it's got room here, and then it's got the room here. And then you go on the corners. Yep, it's got room. Go on those corners. Lovely. This green material is taking a lot better, easier to work with than the red because it's a lot thinner. So maybe if you're new at this, you can concentrate on the thin material. It's a lot easier to work with, especially the silky type. There we go. Looking like $1,000,000. And I might make myself a little replica one for my Christmas decorations. Yeah. So thank you, Tina. If it wasn't for your challenge, I'd probably be sitting watching more movies, you know. I just don't have the mojo to be making anything unless it's a challenge. Yeah. Well, you know, which is, I'm sure a lot of you ladies are feeling like that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Oh, now we've got this annoying little piece. We'll figure out how to tuck you in. There we go. Like, I have to keep in mind that it's going to be covered, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But God forbid the trim should come off and Tina should have to glue it back on. At least it looks half decent. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really heard of Tina before this challenge came up. Like, we went subbie to each other, so now she's my subbie and I'm her subbie, and I'm glad I found her because she seems like a lovely lady, and yeah, this is a lot of fun. Okay. Alright, so we got that. And now the last section, the red. Find the nice side. Okay. Yeah, this one's the stretchy one, so that's okay. There we go. And remember to use the side that isn't the cutting side. There we go. You can just smooth it out like that. Smooth it out and pop it in. Bit worried because this is really thick material, how it's going to get tucked in. You can always go along and cut it like that if you're worried like me. Smooth it down, tuck it in. Yeah, I found this technique when I was doing Sister Talks challenge. I just kept Googling in Christmas board decorations, and yeah, there's many tutorials like this, and I was surprised to find out how easy it is. There we go. Oh, find my centre for the camera. A bit awkward, isn't it? Alright. And now we're going to be pushing that in. How are we going for time? Oh, we're already on 24 minutes. I think I will, when I finish this, I will do a part 2. And then when I finish this project, I will put it up as a VR to a challenge. I told her I'll be posting it on Monday, so it's Tuesday in Australia, but Monday in America. I'm so last minute with everything, that's how I am. Yeah, I'm definitely not the type of person that's early for everything and has everything done by the due date, or well before the due date I should say. Sorry Tina, I found your challenge very late on. Yeah, I've only just come across your challenge. Push that in. Just wondering if I should cut it a little. That's alright. Pop that back in. And those little corners there, just push down on them. And as you're pushing down, smooth it out to where you want it to go, which is back here. But it's going to be covered, but still you want it looking decent, don't you? Lined properly. Push those in. Try this. Okay, it's working now. It's still, see those little red bits? I'm just trying to get them pushed in. Okay, so there's our Christmas ball. We got that done, and now we're going to go to part 2 and decorating. Thank you.